I made a list of the 10 most common beginner mistakes I see as a skate instructor. First, feet glued to the ground, where you're not picking your feet up at all to push. So you're still moving, but not getting very far. To learn to skate, you want to pick both your feet up. Or only pushing with one foot. I call this a scooter push. So a scooter push is a good move for funky, narrow, or steep terrain. But when you're first learning to skate, again, you want to pick both of your feet up. A good exercise to try for practice to get in the habit of both your feet is marching. Put your hands up in front of you and then lift your knees up to your hands. This is called wide skating, when you're skating with your legs really far apart. You are still moving, but what happens is you get so wide, you get stuck in the splits. So when you learn to skate, you're gonna make the shape of a V, and then pick your feet up in the V shape with every step. So think about returning to the V shape so you don't get too wide. This next mistake is probably the worst and makes me so sad. And that is giving up too soon. Learning to skate takes a lot of patience and time, and you're not gonna be amazing first day, first try. So it's important to stay patient because it'll only get better and more fun. It'll be the best feeling in the world. Up next, it's like a robot, locked straight legs with no bend in your knee. So what this does is it makes your center of gravity taller. Taller center of gravity makes falling over easier. So when you're learning to skate, you want to keep your knees bent, weight forward, nose over toes in a straight line. Knees bent. The lower you are to the ground, the lower your center of gravity. Plus, if you, for some reason, end up falling, the lower you are to the ground, the less impact your body takes on the fall. So it's important to stay low, knees bent, and at the knees, don't bend at the waist when you're learning to skate. The most common way I see beginners fall is standing up and then immediately flying backwards, which is really scary and really dangerous. I usually recommend standing up from the ground because it'll keep your weight forward. When you start from a bench like that, your weight is already in the back seat. You're gonna take a knee, push up off your knee, knees bent, weight forward. You can even hold onto your knees. One of my favorite lessons, it's called, oh no, go low. And that's when you get low and grab onto your knees. So if you stand up and feel like you're immediately gonna fly backwards and fall, oh no! Go low. And lowering your center of gravity helps keep you stable. Oh no! Get low. I call this inner ankle bend, when your ankles are pointed in when learning to skate. So some tips to help with inner ankle bend. It could be happening for a few reasons. Most commonly, number one, your skates are too loose, so you really need a tight skate to have tight ankle support. So make sure your buckles and laces are tight. Your frames go right in the middle of your foot, so you can focus really hard on keeping your foot centered over your frame with every step that you take. Nice and straight. It could also just be your ankle strength. Ankle strength comes with time. So good advice for that is to just keep skating to build the muscles that you need to stay centered. Might also be your skates. Some skates are actually really challenging to find your center, especially those soft boot mesh-like skates. Those don't have as much support. They have a lot more flex and can make your feet a little bit more floppy. Another mistake is looking down at your feet instead of where you're going. Remember, you go where you look. So if you're looking down, it's more likely you'd end up on the ground. Watch out for obstacles and other people. Next is trying to go too fast too soon. Going fast is super fun. Going down hills is super fun. One thing I love about rollerblading is how exhilarating it is to go fast. But when you're a beginner, again, you have to be patient and start slow. Little baby steps. You don't want to get hurt along the way of learning how to be fast. Another common beginner mistake is picking your feet up behind you, like you're kicking your bottom. A lot of times I see beginners trying to go forward and they're just going backwards. Picking your feet up behind you heavy on your toes will make you either roll backwards or you will move forwards in some cases, but losing a lot of momentum. And pick your feet up side to side with forward motion to go faster and maximize your energy. One tip that applies to every single one of these mistakes is keep practicing. Remember, practice is the best teacher. I'll see you guys in the next video.
I'm the cool kid from the block, yeah. I'm the one calling all the shots. Whether you're ready or not, I'm about to plenty drop.